Happy holidays from the Fitness
Manifesto.
Oh, Merry Christmas, y'all. It is Christmas time.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We're so excited. This is our final episode of the year.
So great. Can you believe it? Like, we've come thus far.
For people that don't know, and I didn't know this, so there's no way you know this, Kim's daughter is learning German. So we're going to count backwards in German for a second. It's going to be...
I don't speak German. I don't know.
Ein, zwei, drei. So for those that speak German, that's my little tribute to you.
Good job.
Kim, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You know, I'm living La Vida Loca, and I am so excited. We're going to get to this topic in a second, but I've got it. You blew me away with something and just kind of tossed it out there like a grenade and then walked away.
Hard. It is not hard to blow Justin away.
That's true. I will tell you, Kim had just announced to us that...
And by us, it was him and his wife. It sounds weird when you're like us and it's...
That's right. Sorry.
So
us. She announced that with her first child, she gained 53 pounds. And
I did. I'm
just floored. So first of all, that's a high five to you. It's amazing to come back from that, because just that adding that weight, because her frame, you're what, 5'3", 5'4", something like that?
I'm about 5'1".
Okay. So 5'1". That is unbelievably amazing. Like, I'm blown away and so excited for you. So tell me, I have to know. Sorry, like, I'm dying to know. How do you come back from that?
Well, and that was with my first child. With Abba, I loved life. And nobody was going to tell me that I couldn't eat anything. So I ate everything. And with Abigail, by the time that I hit 200 pounds, I asked I don't want to know anymore. They would tell me, I mean, even my family was, you're going to get gestational diabetes. You need to talk to your doctor about it. And I didn't care. I ate everything. And I will tell you, I did the S. I had the big stomach and I had the big F.
Absolutely. Just say you had the S. I've never heard that analogy before. That is perfect.
I was ginormous.
I'm floored, Kim. Honestly, I don't know what to say other than
that's obvious.
I'm just so excited for you that you were able to do that, because that is such a, what did you do to get, I mean, because first of all, your body is going through massive hormone influx. I mean, you're not yourself for 9 months. Your body is not really yours. It's basically renting space for someone else. First of all, you can't even tell you went through all that. So how long did it take you to lose the weight? When did you decide to do this? Like, walk me through all this.
Well, I'll just go back to Abba, the 9-year-old. We were walking in La Centera and I saw my reflection and I went, ooh, that's terrible. You know, I was in a size, I think 14 shorts. 14, 16, because I was massive from after postpartum even. I had to have C-sections with both of my children. So I wasn't even released to even work out. I've always worked out. I've loved it. I grew up like that. So whenever I saw my reflection, I went, something's got to change. Something's got to give. So I got the approval from my doctor that I could start working out. And I loved Beachbody. They did all the Beachbody videos, 21-day fit. I did all hammer and chisel. That's where I began to lose the weight. And I would get up early, 5:30 in the morning, before my kids got up sometimes. Other times it was during nap time, whenever Abba would go down for a nap. And yeah.
Wow. I'm floored. I mean, I'm just blown away by, because it seems so many people struggle with this, right? That they struggle with they look in the mirror and they say, I don't like that. But then they're like, well, I'll do that tomorrow. And they keep putting it off. And it's so cool that you took the initiative and you did it. How long did it take you to get to where you felt like you were back to whether your goal weight or what you wanted to look like? When was that? How long?
I don't even know, to tell you the truth, because when you're doing the programs, they want you to measure your waist and they also want you to get on the scale, and they want you to measure like around your arms and all sorts of measurements. And I don't like the scale, for one. And I have voiced that at some point the scale is going to stop moving and you will see it and you'll be like, wait a minute, I haven't lost anything. You're losing inches. How are your clothes feeling? Do they fit better? Are they more comfortable to you? Your scale may not be moving. So people get caught up. They get so wrapped up in the scale. I've got to get on this scale. I've got to see, oh, this must just be water weight. No, get off the scale. That was one thing I tried staying away from, because it can turn so negative so quick and discourage you that you don't want to do it because you're not seeing that movement. So I would always gauge it by, how are my clothes fitting? How long did it take me to drop all that weight? I don't have any idea. Honestly, I can't even give you a timeline on it. I've always loved working out. So even if it was 30 minutes, everybody's got 30 minutes in a day. Most people spend that time on devices.
Wow.
Just use your time wisely. There's other things that you can do. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I think little things. I actually met with a buddy of mine yesterday, and he was talking about that he wanted to lose some weight too. And it was funny because he's like, I got to work out. I'm like, dude, let's start basic. Go on a walk, take out some of the sugars from your diet and just try that for a week. Like start small, these baby steps, because especially because he's like, yeah, I tried this before. And let me guess, you burnt out in a week. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, of course you did. Because
did it even take a week?
Let me put it this way. Most people, didn't ask Eric this question, but most people go through this phase where the first week they're so sore. Then the second week, they're like, you know what? I need to kind of rest. And then it just peters off. And you can just see that slope. And they're like, well, I tried it. It didn't work.
Yeah, it's true. I love the sore feeling. Whenever I lifted weights in high school, or even, now when I lift weights, I love the sore feeling. It shows me I'm doing something. I'm making progress. You're feeling your body change when you have that. Do you get up and do that same workout the next day? No, you switch muscle groups. You've got to alternate it. You can work your core every day. That's fine. That's one of the muscles that you can use every day, but you need to alternate how you work. And if you do get sore, drink a lot of water, go to a different muscle group.
So I agree, except it's very interesting because I've always had like a love-hate relationship with being sore. I think the older I get, the more I realize that for me, the soreness doesn't validate the workout. If I wake up sore, I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? Because I'm not.
What did I pull?
Exactly. I'm like, oh crap. But one thing that blew me away the other day was I'm training for the London Marathon, as you guys all know. And I'm 45 years old. I've ran my entire life, and I finally have figured out how to do it correctly, because people have always talked about you have to tuck your hips in. You have to pull your hips in. And I've never understood what that meant until I actually figured it out. I was running one day and the analogy was given, everything needs to be straight up and down. Okay. And I was like, okay, that makes sense to me, because I'm noticing I ran like you did. I ran past a reflection and I could see my butt was a little bit further than it should be. So I tucked it under and did it. And I ran the last 2 miles like that and basically flexing a different muscle group. Holy crap. It was incredible. And I'm like 45 years of figuring that out, but I felt like a champion,
And the difference that it feels. And once you were working out consistently, you don't necessarily get that sore feeling. I mean, really, because your body it's adapting to it and it knows the movement. And unless, you're lifting heavy weights, once you go up, you could get a little sore from it, but your body will adapt. And then just watch the next couple times, it won't even affect you. And you'll be like, my gosh, that is you getting stronger.
It's true. And I think that for me, it goes back to what you said a second ago, that I think is you've said this before in episodes, and I've actually learned to preach this. This is a Kim-ism that I high-five you, by the way, that I think this is so great.
Yes.
That you don't pay attention to the scale, because I've always believed that too, but I love the way you said it. And you've said it even in this podcast today, the idea that it is, how do you look and feel? Because that's what it should be, right? Let's say you're 200 pounds, but if you lose 10 pounds, but put on 10 pounds of muscle and you're still 200 pounds, you are going to look different. Your clothes are going to fit differently. Does the scale matter at that stage of the game? And it's very interesting to me, because I don't think it does. I totally agree with you. I think that so. I really think there's other factors that we need to take into play. And honestly, I think at some point the scale will kind of go to the background. Like, you need to be weighed like occasionally, because you have to see, like, is there anything wrong? The weight matters, but like in a health perspective, I think in a few years we'll have evolved to the point where you look at it and you go, why did we do that?
Yeah, the only time I ever weigh myself is when I go to the doctor. Other than that, honestly, there's no need for it. People get too stuck up on it, and then you get discouraged because you're not seeing those numbers fluctuate. And then don't do it to yourself. I mean, really, don't.
No. If you look at someone, I know you do this, you've met someone who's your own age and you go, whoa, we're the same age. Like, like, what did you do? Because I don't want to be you. Like, what what did you do in your life that got you? Because I don't want that. And then you meet other people that you're like almost inspired by because you're going looking at them going, man, okay, you look so much better. What did you do? Right.
Right. Yeah, it's true. But then, you've got to think genetics play a huge thing into it as well. You've got to stay active regardless. You keep moving. Look at your mom. Your mom walks, what is it? The Hill of Death, or I don't even remember. What's the name of it?
Oh, Heart Attack Hill. That's what she calls it.
Heart Attack Hill. Yeah. And she takes her dogs walking, and then she also does everything with her animals. So stay moving. Don't get to the point where you're like, I can't get up today. I don't want to get up today. No, get up. Because once you get up and once you move around, you're going to feel better.
I totally agree. The only thing I would add to that is that we talk about this almost every episode too, but listen to your body too. Like, if you're not like, let's say today was a big running day for training, but you wake up and you go, something's off. There is wisdom in the body. Listen to your body. Don't just build a schedule to follow a schedule.
Right.
Because you'll recover faster, you'll train better, and you'll have less injury if you listen to your body.
Right. Yeah, but absolutely. Listening to your body is number one. Don't, like you said, don't build a schedule and be like, I got to stick to this schedule. No, listen to your body first and foremost, because if you don't, you may never be following that schedule again. You could tear something. It could result pretty bad.
Absolutely. And I mean, one of my favorite memories of us both was the week that you were subbing a ton and I was subbing a ton. And I think we had a duo ride that week. And it was like the end of the week. It was like a Friday. I think I was doing something with your class. And I remember afterwards, you were like, I need a cheeseburger. You were just like, I'm like, I'm in. I need so many calories right now that like, I'm done. I'm done.
It was. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Well, and I think that day we had both done 2 rides and we were over 1,200 calories at least. It was nuts.
And well worth it. Now,
yes, I think I could have eaten 2 that day, actually.
It's one of those things that for me, when I'm eating, I'm always like, I can keep eating. But if I wait 10 minutes, I'll be like, I can't eat anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I get that. But I definitely could have eaten another one. I was so hungry. But no, and that's why you eat slow.
That's true. Well, I definitely no. It's weird. I will try to think how I eat. I eat very fast at first, and then I kind of peter out towards the end, and I start slowing down because when we went out to dinner a few months ago, everyone was done at the table, and then I had like this little bit left, and everyone's like, "Are you done?" I'm like, I think so.
No, I don't think. I think I was the last, wasn't I? Ted eats crazy fast. He does. I am always the last person at our table eating.
Again,
always.
We're simpatico in that.
I just eat slow because I always say, taste your food. Taste it.
So my weakness, though, I will tell you, and I don't, maybe once a year, especially this time of year, I love a peppermint milkshake. That's one of my guilty pleasures. Actually, the best one I've ever had is at the movie theater here.
Really? Like, is there alcohol in it?
You can get alcohol, but I don't drink. But you can. Absolutely. But I don't taste it at all. Like, I will literally... I will just
inhale it.
Oh yeah, and I'll look down and be like,
"Thank you, Blake.
It's gone." Well, there was 800 calories gone. Yeah.
Do you get another one?
No, I have this weird on-off switch that my body will not permit me. It shuts off. Like, nope, you cannot do that to yourself. I have this weird kill switch.
I could have guessed that. It's not your body.
It's up
right here. It's in your head. It's definitely in your head.
I want to get. Because unfortunately today we're on kind of a time crunch. I want to go back to one point though that I'm just sincerely from me to you. I've known you I've known you a year now, and I've never known that about you. And from me to you, I'm so proud of you for doing that. Seriously,
I blew your mind. You still don't know what to say. You are speechless.
I'm totally speechless.
You're fumbling.
I'm out of my element, I think what we need to say here. I
think so too.
It blows me away because you can't tell. And a lot of time you can't. So whatever, you did a great job. You've done amazing and you've maintained.
Thank you. And it was, growing up, I've always worked out. And then whenever I saw my reflection, I was like, oh, I got to get back to it. It's been too long. I got to get back to it. I want to get back in my clothes. And did I fit back into my pre-pregnancy clothes? Yes. But I like to be more comfortable. especially moving around with kids.
Kim, I want to say again, for me to you, I'm very proud of you. And for anyone else that's going through this journey
thank you.
particularly, let us know because we want to help support you as well. Because I think it's so cool when people are making that transition, right? It's easy to see people that are in shape and go, look, that was easy. But there's a story behind every single person, myself included.
There is indeed. Yeah, you got to share your story too.
I will. That'll be next time.
And don't get discouraged. Do not give up on yourself when you were on that journey. It's not overnight. It takes time. I mean, and it can take months, if not years sometimes, just depending on your story and your journey. Do not get discouraged. Put the scale away. Go by what your clothes feel.
Absolutely. And how you look. And it just, if you wake up one day and you feel better, that's all the progress you need. Like that is proof right there.
Like Justin said, reach out to us. We'd love to hear your story, but find your person to work out with. That person who you can talk to. Your support system is massive. It is so massive and it helps a lot.
Absolutely.
Guess what? I'm coming back to social media. I had to take a hiatus. I had to do self-care. Self-care is the best care. And now I'm going to come back. You just, you got to give yourself that space.
Absolutely. And again, listen to your body. That's exactly what you did.
Yes.
You followed what you needed to do. You found the right time and you're coming back and we're going to crush it even more. So
yes, we are.
Have a great one. And thank you to our audience. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, audience. Toodles.
XOXO. Should we just keep going with outros here and just see where Blake cuts it off?
Sayonara.
Oh. Adios.
Check you out. Bye.
Avita Sane.
See you later.
Anyang Hikeseo. Yeah.
Yeah. What you said.
And that concludes today's episode of the Fitness
Manifesto. We've loved having you guys hang out with us and look forward to more to come. There are going to be some changes being made.
Some exciting changes. And like everything else, we're going to continually evolve just like this show has. I want to say thank you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone out there because Kim and I have done this for 4 months now and it did nothing but just awesomeness to it. So thank you, Kim, for being on this journey.
No, thank you, Justin, for choosing me to be on this journey with you. It's only up from here. It only gets better.
Absolutely. And thank you to our audience. And Blake, we can't forget you. Thank you for all your great editing work.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, audience. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.